fascinating. I remember again Kevin Danaher writing about that, about the disappearance of traditional breads, because what was the superior bread was the inferior bread, which is the shop bread. And then these other. But now what I find is a fascinating and a bizarre sort of tendency, and I don't know what you think about it, is the tendency for what would have been regarded as sort of lowly peasant foods back in the day, seaweeds and things like this, as being regarded as being sort of, I don't know, is gentrified the right word, or thought of as a very special food, a sort of elite food that posh people buy.
Michelin star here if you have, they call it foraged.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But we have pictures
and this
of...
idea, like, the poor people in Ireland stopped eating that stuff because it associated it with poverty.
Yeah, so what's happening there? What's happening there, do you think?
Well, I suppose the other things are like, it's the same to do with sort of making your clothes. Like my wife, Linda, her mother used to make her clothes for her, and she was brilliant making clothes. But my mother, or Linda, would have been embarrassed. I remember Linda hoping, the first time she got a pair, I think it was Dingo jeans or something like that. She was so excited that a pair of actually shop jeans. Now the jeans her mother made for her were probably much better, much nicer, all that sort of stuff. But it's that idea. Do you know what I mean?
Coat of many colours.
My mother used to make buns for us, like so we used she always baking in the house. So I would go to school, primary school. I'd have my lunchbox. There would always be a bun in it. Now I'd no respect for these buns because I had them all the time. Whereas I wanted like a snack bar or a packet of crisps or something, that all the other guys in my class would be bartering because they wanted the buns. They'd no respect for what they had. You know what I mean? So it's fascinating. But let me tell you talk about modern day folklore and modern day life and how things are. I was at a funeral yesterday, a friend of ours' mother, and they're Protestant. But afterwards we were invited in. But from the altar, the rector says, now I'd like to invite you all in for tea and coffee and for our famous Protestant tray bakes.
Oh, amazing!
Do you know what I mean? So there's your food reference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sure enough, they were good. They were good Protestant tray bakes. And
amazing.
They were,
I want to play something here in the context of we're talking about.